Hi, my name is Brianna Motzkus. I'm with the Fabric Patch in Ephrata, Washington. You can find us at fabricpatch.net. Today is the first Thursday of the month, which means it's Temperature Quilt Day. So we are doing a virtual temperature quilt of the month, essentially. So we get together on a little Zoom call once a month to see how everybody's temperature quilts are coming. Some of us are sewing together. Some of us just join for inspiration. And we also look at our Temperature Quilt Facebook page that is open to everybody, whether you are sewing with us, sewing with friends, sewing with your guild, or maybe you have participated in the past and want to see what everybody's doing now. Or a temperature quilt is on your list to maybe make in the future and you need some inspiration. So we take a look at those and then we go ahead and Anna does her magic and she shares it with you guys all on YouTube. So I hope you guys enjoy it and we'll see you at the end. Okay, there's just a few of us, it looks like, today. We do have a lot of our regulars on. I saw they posted pictures on Facebook, so we'll still see progress for what's going on.
But it's also sort of like church. They all show up at the last minute.
That's true. It could be at the very end, and we might be done by then. So I'm going to show you. I'll just start with the quilt that's behind me. I did not do this. This is not mine. This is Anna's. So Anna did this a couple years ago. Last year. She did this last year. It was, her highest temperature was 94. Her lowest was 23. So not a huge range in temperatures. And she did it every 5 degrees. She changed her fabrics. And she just did it by row.
That's really nice.
Yeah. And then you can see at the end, she just added more background to make the strips the right size. And you can see her key too. I left her key. And she didn't write anything on her key. She just did her wheel, which I think is pretty cool. And then in different places, drew a little picture. Like here, she's got a little pumpkin for Halloween, Valentine's, St. Patrick's Day. So still super little fun extra things just to be able to mark certain parts of the day, or of the year. Which is very cute. Very pretty.
That's really nice.
Yeah. It came out really well. Every time I hang out with you guys and see what's going on, I was like, I need to go in there and play with my temperature quilt. And then something else happens and it doesn't happen. All right.
I find I almost have to do it at least an hour or two every week. Otherwise, I lose it.
Yeah, I can totally see that. It has to be a scheduled thing you do for yourself. I totally agree with that.
Another house, another tree.
Another house, another tree. Beautiful. That's really nice, though.
2 more trees on the next line after next month, and then...
Oh, sure.
Then that blue spot's going to need a grass.
Yeah, it's a little grass piece. Hey, it could just be an alleyway, too.
I'll fill that one in next month.
Yeah.
Or this month.
All right. Marilyn, do you want to show us your beautiful geese blocks?
And I was going to say that my high temperature was 87 and the low was 54. It was a fairly cool month.
Yeah.
And you could pretty much tell by the colors.
Yeah. I can't wait to see yours all done, and I think the colors are so pretty. And yeah, being not a huge degree difference, it definitely intrigues. I love your color.
I didn't do it on purpose. But I was using warm colors and cool colors, and I was looking at the newspaper and was surprised they have the same colors as I do.
Oh. That's funny.
But also
beautiful.
My 2 weeks vacation down in Hood River, they were actually at 100 degrees for 7 days. And I put those up in the lattice between so that I could see where we were for those 2 weeks.
Oh, that's cool.
Cool. That's nice.
Okay. All right. Carrie, so I heard you chit-chatting about Alaska. Were you able to work on any of your collage when you got home? Oh, good.
I did. Okay, so I have to explain this because it looks weird. But it's a parking lot, and it's a plan view of a parking lot because it represents the 1980s when I started working at the office, and it's the first job I did was a parking lot. So the two biggest temperatures for the decade were this and this. And you know, I told you I only have 14 colors total for all 7 decades. It wound up only 14 colors total. Oh wow! Average, high, and low. So yeah, so it's pretty temperate. But anyway, that's what I did. So,
Darlene, let's see those jellyfish.
But this is August, so I've kept up.
oh wow,
Oh,
it's so
And,
nice.
It's been mostly in the hundreds. That's why it's all the orange, red, and reds. My high was 116, and my low was 64.
Holly, I'm sorry. We have you spotlighted so you can show us your
I
pretty
did
block.
post it in Facebook.
I did see that.
I got August done. My high was 86 and my low was 42.
Ooh, very nice.
That's about 5 degrees before we start getting frost here. So,
Oh no.
yay. Oh wow.
Robin, I know that we are going to see yours on Facebook.
Yes, I'm not able to put mine up. It's too freaking big.
Okay, yeah, because I thought you have it like all put together.
I do.
Oh,
The only thing I have to do is write the temperature ranges next to my scale that I've got there. I just haven't written them in yet.
Yeah, that's right.
But I hand blanket stitched all the words, the cities, and the dates on there.
Oh wow.
Wow. Okay. Gay, are you just hanging out or you have a block or anything?
I don't have a block yet. Hey, I finally got my fabrics and I finally got them ironed.
Perfect.
I have my grid here. I've got to pick 30 colors. Actually, I'm probably going to have to pick about 35 colors.
Mm. And I think,
because
Gay,
of what I'm going to need for some of the temperatures between mine and my husband's.
Sure.
So hey, I got that far in the last month.
Okay, guys, so it's just going to be, I'm going to go over the Facebook thing together. You'll see maybe Anna can fix the video where you won't see that we had internet issues the entire time we were Zooming. So you'll still get to see the gals we Zoomed with, what they've been working on, extra pictures. And then we're going to go over the Facebook page. So there's a lot of people who do the Zoom with us and a lot of you that are probably watching that do not have a Facebook and do not have the access to our Facebook group because of that. But I also think there's a lot of other people sharing their ideas, sharing what they're working on that don't attend the Zoom. So I always think it's a really cool time to go in and check out what's happening on the other side of the world, the World Wide Web. So you'll only hear my little bit of commentary going on for the Facebook, but usually we have everybody pipe in their, information that they have for the posts too. So enjoy what we see on our Facebook page. If the Facebook page is new to you and you do have Facebook, go check it out. It's not a closed group and it is an open group. So anyone who is participating in temperature, you can come hang out and see what's going on. So up first we have Darlene's, and Darlene was on our call with us, and this is her beautiful jellyfish. If you have been watching this as the months are going, you know that Darlene started with an entirely different idea, and about 2-3 months ago she decided to do jellyfish. And of course the little tentacle dudes of the jellyfish are the highs and the lows of the month, and one block is 1 month. So super exciting. I'm excited to see if she has time to attempt the Quilt As You Go of her blocks for next month. And then we have Michelle. We saw hers also. This one's just a beautiful one. A lot of people are doing the houses that I think is fantastic. Highs and lows inside the house. The rooftop is going to just decipher essentially the months and some added trees and neighborhood goodness. So super, super great. Robin's this one is super cool. So we didn't see it on the Zoom call because she has her quilt completely done. Now, I guess her top is done. She's got the top finished, all pieced together. I love the calendar format. And then she has her key, so her shades of colors, and also where and when she got her temperatures from. So she lived in Waco for about a month, and then she moved, and the rest of the year is in San Antonio, which is super great. So she went ahead and hand appliqued all of that text down, which is quite the labor of love. But very cool. I really like it. Holly's, we saw Holly. She's from Ontario. She's the only one out of the country hanging out with us. But I think it's great. So hers looks quite different, and I really enjoy it. So the yellow are the blank spaces of the calendar because it's still a calendar view. And then her lows are in shades of green, and her highs are in shades of purples and blues, which I super love this. If you are someone who is thinking about doing a temperature quilt but not sure you really want to see the rainbow every time you look at it, I think Holly's take on the temperature quilt color is really cool. Put your highs in whatever color and put your lows in whatever color, then you can have a purple and green quilt. You can have a orange and green quilt and still have the same effect as a temperature quilt. Really cool. Amanda Dorner from Kodiak, she's slowly catching up. She's at the moment of this picture, it is from January 1st to August 10th. She's doing a cute little square in a square block. And what's crazy about Kodiak is she's got like 135 degree difference between the lowest low and the highest high, which is crazy to me that cute little island in Alaska has that much temperature from negatives to highs, but it is pretty impressive. And this quilt is beautiful. It is really pretty. And I really like that at the beginning of each month, she's got a little block to separate them, which is pretty great. So that she can really keep it to a size that she wants without having to go 1 through 30 or 1 through 31. She just, doing her rows and separating by. You can see the heart starts February. You can see there's a flower that starts, must be maybe July. So interesting, cool, different take. I like it. This is Beth. She says, caught up through August, so I decided to take the time to do a key to put on the back of the quilt. Some of the embroidery doesn't line up, operator error, but I think it's fun. And I definitely agree. I think that is super duper cute. I love the half square triangle idea. And she did do her key in machine embroidery, but you can use an acid-free permanent marking pen to write that down. It's called a fine line pen. We carry one, or an Identa pen. And those are super great. You can write right on your fabric and it will last and it won't bleed and it's not going to eat away with your fabric. Or you can hand embroider it or find a buddy who has a machine and they might do it for you. Beautiful. I like the idea of the key being on the back of your quilt also. I feel like that's where I would put my key, along with maybe my label. I'm really bad at labels, but if I have to do a key, I might as well tell them when and where I am and what the temperatures mean. Here's Gage. We saw Gay up on the Zoom call. So she has been hanging out with us pretty much the entire time since we've started, getting inspiration, seeing what everybody else is doing, see what's going on. She really enjoys this temperature quilt free pattern. A lot of people have done this. The one behind me this month is of this. And she's got a beautiful bunch of fat quarters that she's using. She's thinking she might have to get some extra colors in there just because of how many squares you're going to need and how many squares you can get of a fat quarter. But super awesome. I think sometimes the hardest part of your temperature quilt is the indecision, the deciding what pattern to use, what colors to use. Do you like those colors? Do you have enough of those colors? I feel like the indecision is the hardest part. And that's also, I think, where I am at my personal temperature quilt is I absolutely love the colors I've picked. Love them. I'm undecided on the block. I started doing a pineapple block. I feel like it's a little too crazy. And and I kind of want to see more of the color and not just a smattering of color, and a little easier to read. So that's where I am. That's why I haven't shown a lot of my pineapple block yet, but I know I love my colors. I just got to figure out what to turn it into. This is Cassie. Hers is super cool. She is through August 4th. She has the last row still to put on. It's on her design wall. But it's big enough that we're taking pictures outside now. I love it. She has these cute little like tumble blocks with machine applique circles on them. So one circle is the high, one circle is the low. And she is just mixed backgrounds. And she's separating her months by a solid tumble block with no circles on it. And that's how she's separating those. But I love the mixed black and white for the backgrounds. And of course, her, color weird wheel of temperature is very nice too. And this one's just fun. This is from Michelle. She says, I know it's already more than half over, but if there was a way to check previous daily temperatures for my area. So, Michelle, I will save the very first video of our temperature quilt. We talk about really cool keys to use and websites to use to find past temperatures, whether you want to do it for this year, for last year, for your birth year. There are websites for that. And so check out the very first video of the temperature quilt. I'll link it in the description for you guys. So if you want to watch the very first one, that gives you all of the key information to really get that information for you. So I'll share that. She also says, I wanted to make this quilt and decided I might turn it into the temperature quilt for this year and then do the house and the tree one next year. This is my first time really quilting in pieces like this. I think this is a super cool idea. I love this idea. I think it's going to be very simple. You could even divide those rectangles of the little wiener dog so that you have a high and a low in one strip. You could do, of course, if you did a two-tone quilt like Holly, where you have a high of a purple and a low of a green, that would also be really cool. I like the idea because I could make it each row, where one could be a dog, one could be a hedgehog, one could be I just think it's a really, really cute, clever idea. So, Michelle, if you're watching, I am totally on board. You have my vote. I think it'd be really, really cute and very simple. Okay. Oh, Darlene, the jellyfish. So again, she posted on Facebook her jellyfish. You can see other months that she has finished here, laying on her bed. I think we saw some of these pictures last month, but I still think it's really cool to see. They're beautiful, beautifully done. Patty, she says, I'm up to date. I should have thought more about my color choices when I started this. The purple is the really hot days. It probably should have been eliminated out of the mix, and red should have been moved up in the line. Oh well, I wanted to make one for the first year of my life, starting on September 11th, 1951, and go through September 10th, 1952. For sure, I'll change the colors and make it every 2 degrees instead of every 3 degrees. So I'm glad she's got it planned to do another one in the future, which I think is super great. I do like her color. I like it's a little different. I like that it varies differently. I can see where that purple comes in weird places, but it also adds extra interest. I don't think it's bad. And again, the only people that know it's a temperature quilt is us quilters who know that she's making a temperature quilt. To anybody else, just a really cool scrappy quilt. So I wouldn't get hung up on that purple because I think it's special mixed in there. I like it. I like those last like 3 or 4 rows are just more on that scrappy look. You've got a huge range of colors happening this summer, which is super cool. I like it. I think it looks great. I wouldn't change a thing. All right, moving on. The last one here for the month on our Facebook group is Kim. She says, getting caught up. This is May through June in South Lake, Texas. I think this one's super great. Now, this is the exact same pattern as the one we saw just before, and also the one behind me. Exact same pattern. The only different is she has a really bright, cool happening print as the background instead of a solid, which is special. And I think that is so cool. I like the really cool print for the background and, all of her colors that are more on that solid scale for her highs and her lows. That piece of fabric is so cool. I think it's so cute to see those little kitties peeking out every once in a while. I think it's fun. It makes me smile. Makes me happy. Very, very cool. All right. Okay, everybody, so that was everything. So we chatted with some people in their sewing studios, sharing what they are working on. We went through the Facebook group to see what everybody else was sharing. Lots of inspiration, even some newcomers who are new to the party who want to try to make one, whether they want to start for this year or get everything ready. So starting January 1st, they can start sewing up their blogs for next year. So thanks for hanging out with us, watching this. If you are interested in more temperature quilt stuff, check out some other videos. We posted this once a month starting in January, I think. So there was a lot of knowledge, especially, again, if you're wanting to restart and need to know some key information. The first video of getting started with the temperature quilt, we talk about all of that. Easiest way to pick out colors, charts, websites to look at for temperatures, whether it's a current temperature or, 40 years ago temperature. We have that information down for you. And again, we meet every first Thursday of the month via Zoom. And if you can go to our website, fabricpatch.net, type in temperature quilt, and there will be the Zoom link will be available for you to attend. You can also get it in the description of this video, or it is also in our Facebook group. There's actually even a files page where I put the key. Moda put a really cool key out this year, and we were using that. So lots of good, helpful things. If you have any other questions, feel free to comment. Touch base with our Facebook group. Lots of helpful quilters hanging out in our Facebook group who are all there to build new quilters and help everybody out and see what everybody's working on. So I hope you enjoyed it today, and we will catch you again next month. Bye.
Thank you for watching our video. We invite you to leave a comment, hit the like button, or better yet, subscribe to our channel so you never miss an episode. You can also visit our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or Pinterest pages, or find all of those things and our online store at fabricpatch.net.